How many of you would like to experience a lot more wealth and financial freedom in your life? Type yes in the chat. Let me see coming in. You can see some of you are saying type yes in the chat. Amazing. And how many of you are quite comfortable with where you are right now? Thanks, Dania. Of course, she says with that the first question, amazing. My name is Joachim. I'm the co-founder of Catching Secrets, and along with my business partner, we have had the pleasure of helping many women to getting more confidence and getting the skill set so they can create the financial breakthroughs they are looking for. And during this weekend, by attending the Wealth Accelerator Weekend, there are going to be 3 outcomes you will get by completing this weekend. And the first is that you're going to get clarity.
Joachim, we're still hearing music.
You know exactly what steps to take to create financial freedom. We will help you get the clarity on where you are right now, because then we can create a map to where you want to be, and then especially how to close that gap. That is what the map is for.
Joachim,
that means
we still hear the music.
Closing gap to create the financial breakthroughs you're looking for. And the second thing is you're going to get sustainability. This is about creating wealth and getting a skill set you can use for the rest of your life. And through wealth, that is freedom of choice, deciding whether you want to work or not. And completing this program is, I can see, just let me see if I can get the music out. There. Now, let me repeat, sorry about the music. Regarding the first outcome is clarity. You will know exactly what steps to take so you can create your financial freedom. We will show you and get clarity on where you are right now and where you want to go, so you can close the gap from where you are right now to where you want to be and create the financial breakthroughs you're looking for. And secondly, sustainability. You are going to be able to create long-lasting wealth, getting a skill set that you can use for the rest of your life. And true wealth is freedom of choice, whether you deciding whether you want to work or not. And completing this weekend and completing this program will give you the confidence so you can achieve the financial freedom at the level you never seen before. And the last outcome is strategy. So you can know what to do and when to do it. You can know what to invest in, how much to invest, when to buy and when to sell, because the only money that matters is the money that you get to keep. Now, before we go into the content, is it okay if I tell you a little bit about myself? Type yes in the chat, please. Amazing, thanks, Dania. And over the past years, we at Catching Secrets have had the pleasure of helping many women with more confidence and skill set to create financial breakthroughs. And I'm so blessed to be introduced to investing by my dad during my teens. And I've been shown that investing is a great way to create more financial freedom and tapping more into the abundance in this world, like going traveling and spending that time with friends or family. However, there's always been 2 steps forward and 1 step back, because I've seen particular investments wiping out a lot of money. And I've seen more than 46,000 euro being lost. As a result of that, I decided something had to change. I immersed myself in the topic, learning from people massively more successful than myself in investing in wealth creation. And on that journey, I met my business partner, which you're going to meet very soon. And we discovered a formula that allowed us to make profits over and over again. I started sharing this with some friends, and I shared it with my dad. And then I was thinking, who needs this the most? That brings me back to when I was about 10 years old. At that time, my mom and dad, they divorced. And the divorce is probably the best thing that could happen to both of them, because people who don't want to live together shouldn't, right? Now, the divorce left my mom in a more financially stressful situation. And I remember times being at home and my mom wasn't always there. not because she doesn't love me, but she was out working 2 jobs to take care of my sister and me. Can you relate to working hard to take care of your family or maybe even yourself? Now, seeing that my mom was out there working for my sister and me, that's never going to change. Right now, I know that there's a kid out there just like me, 10 years old, mom out working 2 to 3 jobs. And that is why I want to help. That's why I want to empower women with the confidence skill set so they can get more time with the people that really matters and doing what the things that really matters in their life. And regarding my mom and many other women, it's not that she's not smart enough. It's not that she's not skilled enough. Just that nobody had taken the time to show her how she can work smarter instead of harder by giving her money a job. So if we don't take the time, then who will? And there is a wealth gap in the world. Women has less invested than men. And it comes back in many cases to many believing in this stereotype that investing is only for men. But nothing could be further from the truth, because studies have shown that women are actually better investors than men, because you're better at managing money and managing risk, because in many cases you think things through. Now, unfortunately, many also doubt their own abilities to execute on their skills. That is why I know we can have an impact by sharing our insights and empowering you so you can learn this and create long-lasting wealth, getting that confidence and skill set. And in order for you to get this outcome, like how many of you have noticed that I ask a lot of questions? Let me know in the chat. Yes, thanks. And the thing is to me, like 2-year-old, or I don't want you to feel uncomfortable. The thing though is that we're gonna spend about 6 hours together here. And if I say we got 100 PowerPoint slides, we got 10 bullet points on each of them, and we're gonna cover all of them point by point, one after the other. How many of you would have been bored by that? So, and the thing is that we are talking about investing, and investing requires energy. Investing requires energy. And this is so important because you will learn more when you are engaged. There's actually some studies showing that you will learn more when you are awake as opposed to when you are asleep. And additionally, as investors, when we are conscious, it's even easier to make decisions that's going to make us profits, that's going to make you money. And the highest energy usually wins. Like, just think about it. If you have kids, or if you ever played with kids, then, and if you have kids, give me a thumbs up. And if their energy is higher than yours, who wins? So I will ask you questions. We will ask you questions to bring up the energy, because the highest energy wins. So it's okay if I continue asking you questions. But yes, in the chat. Awesome, thanks. So we are here to share with you the 6-step secret formula. And this is the foundation we use to create profits and wealth over and over again. And let's start at the top with the first step, the S, that is save to invest. And this means getting the habit to consistently setting aside funds so you actually can build your financial freedom. And the E is evaluate. This is about getting clarity on what to invest in and making sure that you invest in something solid that's going to make you money. And the C is calculate. That means when to invest. We don't want to invest at whatever time, because we need to make sure that we can maximize our outcome, like the profits. So we have very clear guidelines to this. And then we have the R, that is risk management. And this is about making sure that you can master low risk, high reward investments. And the E is enter and earn. And here we will teach you about the most important characteristic as an investor. You will learn more about this throughout the program. And then finally, we have the T, take profit. And that is so important because the only money that matters is the money that you get to keep. And how many of you realize that if you could get this model working for you, that would be very powerful? Type P in the chat, powerful. Powerful, thanks, Dania. Amazing. Amazing, yes. And there is only one problem. This model doesn't work 100% of the time. And give me a thumbs up if you would like to know why this doesn't work 100% of the time. Amazing, thanks. And the reason this doesn't work 100% of the time is because of this R. And what does the R stand for? The R stands for resistance. And how many of you have like really one time wanted a piece of a chocolate cake, but you knew that you shouldn't have it, but for some reason you had it anyway? I mean, you can relate to that. Yeah. And how many of you, for example, ever have had an upset spouse because they wanted you to do something, but for whatever reason you didn't want to do it? And whatever it is, for whatever reason, you're not going to do it, but your spouse wants you to do it. How many of you have ever had this happening? It might not be with your spouse, but maybe with a friend, a sibling, or a parent. And I bet that if you don't raise your hand, you're not opening yourself to the truth, and it's just going to hurt yourself. Because the thing is, we all have experienced this, and this is called resistance. And this sabotages success, and it comes to investing true as well. So how many of you would like to let go of resistance? Type R in the chat for letting go of resistance. Yeah, R. So how do we overcome it? Think about the athletes, people doing sports. And when we watch athletes, anytime they do something positive or achieve something positive, what do? Let me know in the chat. What do they do? What does athletes do every time they achieve something positive? They're focusing. Yes, they are focused. And when they actually score, what do? When they get a point in, for example, a game, they go, it starts with a C. Celebrating, exactly, Dania. They are celebrating. They are celebrating. And I'm going to ask you to do something, and some of you might think this is childish. Maybe this is too American, but I'm going to ask you to do it because this helps us overcoming resistance, your little voice, the inner critic, whatever you call it. So when I say go, I would like you to turn to somebody in the Zoom room, point at them, and give them a big high five and say, "You're awesome." So are you ready? Turn to somebody in the Zoom room, give them a big high five and say, "You're awesome," on my count. 3, 2, 1. You're awesome. How do you feel right now? Did the energy go up or down? I bet it went up, right? So every time somebody does something positive, something that makes a difference, it's okay if we celebrate them and give them a high five. Turn to somebody and say, "You got my agreement." Amazing. So for this program to work, to give you the outcome that you're looking for, it's okay if we go over some rules of engagement to create an optimal learning environment for you. Let me know in the chat. Yes, thanks. So the first one is be on time to these sessions. We're going to have some breaks as well and come back in time. And no, actually don't come on time. What's even better than being on time? That would be come early, right? Come early, because that's gonna bring less distractions, so you can focus and you can get all the content, and you can come here getting what you're really looking for, getting that clarity, sustainability, and the strategy to create long-lasting wealth. You will get all of that, so you can settle down, be focused when the session starts. You will achieve that by coming early. The second thing we'll ask you all is to turn on your camera. And if you haven't turned on your camera yet, now would be an awesome time to do so, because your outcome from this program is directly proportionate with the energy that you put in. So how many of you would agree to having your camera on throughout the session? Thanks. And if you haven't turned on your camera yet, now would be a good time. Can you turn it on? Just show me your hand that you would like to have it on. Because your energy that you put in is directly proportionate, with the outcome that you're going to get from this program. So we strongly encourage you to put on your camera. And the third thing is speak the truth. And we're going to do some shares, and you are going to get the most outcome when you open yourself to the truth. The truth will set you free. And when you do shares as well, be aware of your story before the story. So if you share something, go straight to the point as well, because the truth will set you free. How many of you agree to speaking the truth? Amazing. Anybody not agreeing? And the next thing is regarding expectations. This is a virtual stage and things can come up. There might be some technical difficulties, and you might have some aha moments based on shares, based on insights. So who you agree to accept all things and circumstances as they are and not as I wish they had been? Thank you. Anybody not agreeing to that? Thank you. The next thing is the biggest fear for all of us is being rejected or having the feeling of not being understood or to be overseen. So the commitment I want from all of you is to be kind and don't judge or don't criticize anyone or anything. And the person you probably speaks the most to is yourself as well. So remember to be kind to yourself. How many of you agree to be kind during this event so we can have a safe learning environment as well? Thank you. Anybody not? Fantastic. And the last, engage. That is because, your outcome is going to be direct proportional with the energy you put in. So the more you put in, the more you're going to get out of this. So engage with us, type in the chat, in the breakouts. You're going to be able to get into breakouts here and share and engage there, because you're going to learn a lot more when you actually participate. So how many of you agree to engaging? Amazing. Anybody not? Thank you. Okay, and now maybe the most important rule of them all, because the reason this rule is the most important of them all is because when I learned this, that changed my life. And how many of you would like to change your life? Thank you. And how many of you would like outstanding results? Yeah. And how many of you like to never feel like a victim again for the rest of your life? Yeah. And the thing is, most people, they don't like to make mistakes. They don't like screwing up. And when that happens, it's like, and just rest assured, like I'm no different than you. But the thing is, when mistakes happens, if we do something that we feel shouldn't have happened, is that we subconsciously, like our brain, our little voice, it goes into denial mode for many. That many, we lie to ourselves. We say relationships are working when they're not. We might be saying our business has revenue when it doesn't. Or we say that, we have cash flow, but we don't. And I think we can't improve from there. Or many, we have a tendency to blame someone. But so when things happen, that we point at someone, and how many of you have ever blamed someone for something? But does that help you improve? It could be their fault, but does it really help you? Or some people, they make excuses. But the reason, so people say like, the reason I didn't get the report done is because my friend took my attention, I didn't feel that well, whatever the case might be. But how many of you realize you can't improve from this standpoint, from any of these standpoints? Yeah, exactly. So from what standpoint you need to come? What is the word? What do you need to be? You need to be 100%, put it in the chat. It starts with an R. You need to be 100%. The word is responsible. You need to be 100% responsible. Exactly, Daniel. Awesome. And how do you respond? How responsible are you? So who of you are willing to give it your best during this weekend, to do it your best, to stay up to speed? It might not be perfect. That's fine. The point is to commit and be responsible for the outcome that you're going to get. And the point is to do your best while we are together and having the point of view of being responsible. So by a show of a hand, how many of you agree to being responsible during this weekend? Amazing. And with that being said, there is one thing I want to share with you before we're gonna do something even more amazing. And during this event, I am obligated to tell you that we at Catching Secrets are no financial advisors. We do not provide financial advice. And we only share our experience, and our results are not typical. However, we are happy to show you exactly what's working for us. And we do have a proven formula, a proven approach that gives us profits over and over again. And one last thing, just be aware that there is a 100% mortality rate among the people who listen to us. And with that being said, I would like to introduce you to an amazing being. This person, I had the pleasure of knowing him for about 2.5 years, and we have achieved a lot of great stuff together and a lot of fun, and I'm learning a lot from him. So, ladies and gentlemen, everyone, please help me welcome my business partner and their friend, Bernie.
Hello and welcome, everyone. Can you hear me?
We can't hear you yet, Bernie.
You can't hear me.
Yeah, no, we can hear you. Come on, you're not.
you can hear me?
Yes.
Oh yeah, awesome. I'm here in Cyprus, and I'm welcoming you here. That you join us, that you are with us together on your financial journey, that you're starting it with us. And we are starting off every day with morning momentum. Morning momentum is about raising your energy. It's about getting your energy up, getting your body mobilized, optimized for the day, activated, oxygenized. Oxygenizing is a very important thing. We will do some exercises on that as well. So I'm here on the beach. Afterwards, we will meet again back in the room, but now we're on the beach and we're doing some exercises. Am I inviting you to do that? And to implement it every morning when you are standing up in the morning from bed. If you are able to do it, do some exercises, do some movements. We are doing it for 20 minutes. Very simple, sometimes not so easy, but very simple exercises, and they should get you started. And the first thing that we are doing when we're getting up, I'm inviting you to join me. Just stand upright. Turn your feet inwards and close together. And then taking a deep breath. Close your eyes and listen to your feet. Where is your balance? What are your feet telling you about your balance? We get awareness now where we are standing today. So is your balance more on the toes or on the heels, or on the front, on the back, on the left foot, on the right foot? Just get awareness of where you are. Now let's rebalance this. Put up your hands, bend your fingers. Don't make a fist, just bend your fingers. Thumbs go to the side, palms facing downwards, arms to the side, and start rotating your arms. And deep, breathe deeply. It's very important throughout all the exercises that we are doing. Breathe. Because breathing oxygenizes your body. If you're inside after the exercise, open your windows so that you can really get a lot of oxygen flowing into your body. Keep going, keep breathing, and rotate your arms. Now just turn your hands to the upside and rotate your arms back. I'm inviting you to join me. Stand up from your seat and do that. You will see your energy will go up even if it feels uncomfortable first. Just do it. A little bit windy today. Awesome. Now, how do you feel? Did you feel the change now? Listen to your feet again. Keep your eyes closed. Awesome. So we need some music now to get our day started. So please turn on the music, Joachim, and listen to your feet again. Where is your balance? On the front or the back, on the left or the right, or is it balanced now? Good. Let's do some exercises. So one arm goes to the upside, the leg on the same side is straight, the weight is on the other leg. So you're doing the leg like this, and now change to the other side. And as we are going to raise the energy, we're speeding this up. So speed it up. Keep breathing deeply. Awesome. So we are doing this every morning. You can also join us on Facebook, shake it out a bit, shake out your body. Next exercise is jumping. So very simple. You can do that every hour. You're just standing up. When you're working at the computer or when you're bored, just stand up. When you're jumping and your feet are touching the ground, your nerve system gets an impulse, cortisol is released into your body, and you are getting an energy impulse. You will see your focus will rise, and you will be energized and empowered. You can also raise your hands while you're doing this, twist your hips a bit. Good, and as we are sitting so much, let's balance our hips. So just keep standing like before, feet close together, turn them in, grab your hips. Very simple exercise. Start rotating your hips. And rotate in a small circle. Make the circle bigger and bigger. And bigger and bigger. And bigger and bigger. Good. And now to the other side. Start small circle, make it bigger and bigger. Bigger and bigger. And make a big circle. And keep breathing. Awesome. So next exercise, put up your arms to the side. Again, now you'll need a little bit of room because we are rotating our arms. So take your arms. I call this the helicopter. And try to go down now. Reach your toes. Reach your feet. Touch your feet. Just go back up again. Awesome. So this was the first round of our morning momentum. We will continue with some more exercises soon. And now, please sit back in your seat and I will introduce myself shortly. So I'm Bernie. I'm the second part of Kitchen Secrets. Joachim and I, we met some years ago, and I'm broke and I have no money. That was me when I was a student. I was a spender, or I am a spender, actually. I love spending my money. I love getting a great bottle of wine and enjoying it with my family and friends together, for example. Or I love to go on a vacation with my girlfriends and have a great time there. And I love the pressure. And due to this behavior, I never have had money. And I had no financial education. And I don't blame my parents for that, because they don't have financial education either. And that's okay. And suddenly, I was living a great life, by the way. So I was a student, I had a car, I was very proud of this car, because having a car as a student is awesome. And then this car broke down. And suddenly I had to decide, okay, I have to repair my car, I had no money, or I have to give up my lifestyle, because I spent all my money to my lifestyle. So either I'm repairing my car or I'm keeping my lifestyle. And my car also was part of my biggest freedom, my biggest value, freedom. So I decided this is a choice that I don't want to have ever again, must decide ever again. So I thought things have to happen, have to change. And I discovered this guy who was trading and investing, and he was living a really great lifestyle. And he financed this by trading and investing. I studied him, I got to know all the things about it, got very passionate about investing and trading. And I developed a vision. One day, I'm a sailor. Joachim, by the way, you know that I'm a sailor. I love going on a sailing boat. And one day, I want to sit on my sailing boat, enjoying this fresh breeze in the air, the wind going through my hair, blowing through my hair, and having this ultimate feeling of freedom. And I started investing myself. But due to my mindset, due to my psychology, my education, everything together, I lost money. But I kept going, I kept working on it, I kept making mistakes. And suddenly there was this one day when I took my mobile phone, and I was sailing again, and I took my mobile phone and I saw my money's growing. My money finally was working for me instead me working for money. And this was the point where I decided I had a long way. And I want others to prevent having this long way. I want others to prevent making the same mistakes I have made. I want to give them my knowledge. I want to be the person that I wish I've had when I was broke, when I had no money. And so I thought, I discovered this is the reason why Joachim and me, one of the reasons came together. We found out that women are great in financials. They are great investors. They can manage money very good, but they don't do it because sometimes they don't like it, or they don't men take over the role. So that's the right reason why we founded Kitchen Secrets, to create a safe environment for you, for the ladies, for the women, to create a safe environment where you can ask your questions and where you can grow and where you can learn how to gain independence and freedom by investing. And so I hope we have a great day today together. We will have prepared a lot of questions, a lot of work for you, a lot of insights, a lot of value, a lot of knowledge that we are giving to you. And it will be very interactive. That's something I can promise you. So let's have a great time. And one more thing, we have our catching moment. So this is our greeting. Every time when your profits come in, I don't even know, these old cash machines, the cash register machines with on the side, you have to turn a wheel. Then they make, when the desk opens and you put money in, it makes ka-ching. And this is Kitchen Secrets. And every time when we're making money, every time when we're celebrating, we have a ka-ching moment. So I'm inviting you to join us and to have a ka-ching moment. So everyone, please, let's try this out. Joachim, do you join me? Everyone else, join me, please. And ka-ching. Thank you. So let's continue with some more value. Let's continue with Joachim. It's yours.
Amazing. Everyone give a big round of applause to Bernie. Amazing. Thanks. And we'll see you, Bernie, again very soon. Fantastic. Now, let's get started with the first module here. How many of you are ready to start exploring wealth creation? Fantastic. So let's bring this up. I'm just going to start screen sharing. Okay. And we are here to show you simple step-by-step approaches, yet very powerful approaches and tools that you can use on your own to create long-lasting wealth. And anyone can achieve financial wealth, freedom of choice. And your age, your experience, it doesn't matter. Even if you're a complete beginner, if you're unsure about this topic, we will explain this in a very clear way. And when I became good at this, I thought it would be a great idea to share this. So that is exactly why we are here. And I want you to be aware that investing can actually be as simple as going online shopping. That is, we are presented with some opportunities. You pick them, you add them to your basket, you check out, you hit the buy button, and investing can be kind of like this process as well, when we have clear guidelines that you know what to do. Now, there is a lot of complex mechanisms in the financial world. Yes, it is. And John Kenneth Galbraith, an American-Canadian diplomat, a bestseller, he said this: the study of money, above all other fields in economics, is one in which complexity is used to disguise truth or to evade truth, not to reveal it. And the point here is that due to the complexity, many believe that investing is not for them. They think investing is not for them because they're not given numbers. But making profits is simple because we don't need to understand all of this complex stuff. And we are here to show you the simple way. So you can get an idea that it can actually be as simple as going along online shopping. And it can actually be done in as little as 1 minute after learning this. So if you stay all the way through the weekend, including tomorrow, you will see how. And just think about this for a moment. A car is a complex machine, right? But you need to understand all that complexity to drive it. Anyone can be profitable with investing. Anyone can grow their net worth by investing. So why investing? This is great because you need an hour a week after learning this. You need your laptop, you need internet, and then you can do this from anywhere in the world. You can make profits regardless of what's happening. Even if there's a lockdown, you can make profits by investing. And actually, there's never been a better time to invest because of the opportunities that we have at the moment. So why investing? There's no need to create any product or do any outsourcing of any products. You don't need to provide any service. You don't need to manage any staff. You don't need to do any marketing, sales, or branding. And you don't require a lot of money to start. And we're going to explore that, how much money you need to get started in one of these sessions. Now, so all it requires is yourself and your laptop and internet. Then you can get started with investing. And how many of you have seen this virus illustration? How many times have you seen this the past 1.5 years? Let me know in the chat. Many times, yeah, many times. The last year, 1.5 has been filled with anxiety, frustration. People have been scared, stressed, overwhelmed, angry. And there have been lost jobs. There have been businesses going bankrupt. Businesses have lost revenue, and partnerships have been dissolved. And business models have had to change. And what we saw was booming stock and crypto opportunities. And 2020 was one of the most profitable, or not one, the most profitable year. And 2021 is also very profitable. What it meant is just we had a lot of opportunities to create even more wealth at a faster pace. So that this is the great news about what have happened recently. It doesn't matter what's happening on the outside. You can still invest, and you will understand how if you stay around on this weekend. So just imagine if you could have more time for traveling, relaxing, fun, without having to choose like one over the other. If you can have more time for friends and family and enjoy that time and spend it on what really matters to you, enjoying low stress and enjoying life. So you can, have more time and money to afford yourself the pleasures that you really want. How many of you can resonate with any of these things? Write yes in the chat. Yes. Oh yeah, I can see Danish said, yeah, I lost my job. Yeah, so we have the proof here on the event as well that this is actually the reality. Now, what are some common objections why people don't listen to us? Some say, I don't have the time. How many of you how many of you watch Netflix, Amazon Prime, or any other kind of streaming service? Write S for streaming service in the chat. And the thing is that, yeah, I can see the S's coming in. And the thing is that we all got the same 24 hours every day. And this is all about priorities. And watching Netflix is not necessarily bad. And what I'm saying is don't use it as an excuse to not creating the life that you really desire. So you need maximum hour a week after learning this, and then you can create your wealthy future. And I can tell you, if you don't have an hour a week for your wealthy future, you won't be wealthy. So this is about priorities, and we're going to show you an efficient way of doing this, of doing wealth creation in the long term. And some say, I need my job, my business to be wealthy. But based on what happened during the pandemic, with all these people losing their job, how many of you think it would be a great idea to have multiple income streams? Because the thing is, you might be thinking that working harder or making money is your way to be wealthy. But I tell you that wealthy people, they don't have a job and they don't waste their time. They don't waste their money. Some people say it's risky, but yeah, what happened during the pandemic? With relying on a single source of income, would that be risky? And we will reveal to you during this event what's truly risky. And some say it's complicated. If we can bring you more clarity and a step-by-step approach, who you would be open to have a look on how you can give your money a job so they work for you, so you can bring and get more of that freedom and time to do the stuff that you really want. How many of you would like that? Fantastic. And some say, I have no financial degree. And rest assured, neither do any of us. We don't have a degree, but we do have the experience, and we have educated ourselves and found out what is working. So just ask yourself this, like, how many of you know someone who's really good at something, but they don't hold any certificate? Maybe your grandma or your mother is great at baking, but they don't have a PhD in baking. It's the same way. Anyone can succeed as investors. So this training, this is for young, this is for grown-ups, this is for people with any in-depth technical skills, and non-tech people can do this. If you know how to turn on your computer, then you're qualified. And like you see, Dania says, yeah, she is a great singer, but she didn't study it, but still she's a great singer. And we can make wealth creation fit into any schedule. So this is for people who have an open mind, who are interested in investing in themselves, because I can tell you that the brain is just like a parachute. It only works when it's open. If you're open, we will give you some of the best insights that you can use for the rest of your life. I just want you to know that there is no magic bullet. There is no holy grail. And I just want to remind you as well, it's a fantastic time if you're open to invest in yourself and learn a skill set that you can use over the long term for the rest of your life. So who would you like to see the simple way we practice to make wealth? Amazing. So the question then is, how do you become good at investing? Do you know that 90% of people who start investing or trading lose 90% of their money within 90 days of starting? The average investor takes some of his savings, put it all into one bet because he feels for it, and then they lose most of their money. And the question that comes to my mind then is, where does all of that money end up? It's going to the 10%. That's the green person on the screen. It's going to the 10% that makes this work over and over again. And this is what it means to you. If you can get into that 10%, there's going to be a heck of a lot of money coming your way. So who of you would love to be in that 10%? Type 10 in the chat. 10, yeah. Amazing. And remember, I have tried the average investor's approach. I lost 90% of my money on particular investments. And it's not a cool feeling. And this is even worse in the crypto market because there's a lot of scam. So that is why you need a strategy, which we are going to share with you the foundation for this, so you can take this matter into your own hand. Thanks, Daniel. Yeah, thanks, Bernie. Now, why is the reason many people lose money is because they have a spender's mindset instead of an investor's mindset. And here's the story of Michael Carroll. In 2003, he won 9.7 million British pounds. Good or good? And at the moment, he was a garbage man. And the thing though is within 10 years, by 2013, he has managed to blow the entire lot away on luxury cars, luxury villas, hookers, vacations, whatever it is. And he also gave away 4 million to his family, and that's huge respect. But now, after 10 years, Michael was broke again. He was dead broke. Now he's working 7 days a week. But what if he had taken just a small portion of what he won and invested that? Just a small portion, like 10%, and investing that could have set him free for the rest of his life. Just taking a small portion can make him free for the rest of his life. So how do you become good at investing? You learn a proven strategy. I just want to remind you, I tried the average investor's approach. I put most of my savings into one bet because I feel for it, and then I see it all gone, and was because I didn't have a strategy. Everything changed once I got a strategy. And we are here to going to give you some of the best stuff that we have discovered along the way of becoming profitable investors. We will share exactly this with you. So let's start with a secret. Saving is not enough. Saving is not enough. And that is because the banks, they give us several options when it comes to taking care of our money. And the first one is to save your money. I mean, it is better than wasting money. At the same time, saving is not going to set you free. So what you need to know to secure yourself. Let's talk about how inflation affects your savings. By the way, if you have a savings account, type S in the chat. Type S in the chat if you have a savings account. Now, S, I can see the S is coming in. And the thing is, if you have money in the bank and you get 1% interest rate, a savings of 100 will grow to 101 after 1 year. However, the concept of inflation describes how the prices in society increases. And the average inflation rate over the years is 2%. Actually, this year in September, it was around 3% in many European countries, and it was 5% in the US. What that means is that you would need, so if it's 5%, you will need 105 after 1 year to have the same purchasing power. And this is what it looks like to you on the screen. Every year, your money gets less and less in value, because the interest rate on your savings is lower than the increase of prices in society. So every year for the same amount of money, you can buy less and less and less. And the thing is, after 35 years, half of your value is lost. Can you believe it? After 35 years, you will only have half of the value of your savings left. So this is what you need to know, is that passively managed money, and your savings is passively managed money, which you save in good faith, actually loses its value. So how can you earn money instead of losing money? You invest in, for example, stocks and crypto. And we're here to talk about investing. So you can save €3, $3 on a cappuccino a day for 60,000 years, and it still won't set you free. You can't save your way to wealth. You invest your living. You see, people, they are worried about the risk of the government or the risk of investing, but the biggest risk is inflation, because inflation is guaranteed. And the only way to keep up with inflation, that is not through saving, that is through, what's the word? It starts with an I. Put it in the chat. Investing, exactly, Danya. So saving is not great because saving doesn't beat inflation, and saving is not an asset. What is an asset? We're going to talk about that in a minute. And here's a scary thing, like 93% of retirees, they had to reduce their quality of life. 4 in 7 retirees have to find additional employment. And 5 in 7 baby boomers, they have to work longer. What's even more scary is that women have 70% less invested than men, and 93% have reported being anxious about their financial future. And 2 out of 3 have said, I might need to have to depend on someone else. But the thing is that, according to the National Council for Research for Women, said that female hedge fund managers outperform the male counterparts by 50%. 50%. Now, what about men? Their men's number one stress factor is being able to provide. And back in the Stone Age, men were sent out in the wilderness to hunt, bring back food. And this same mentality is carried with us today, that we are expected to take care of the family. And we're also expected to know how to invest, but we're never taught how to invest. And here's the thing, why should only men do it? Women have the same foundation to be successful as investors. Anyone can succeed in creating wealth, bringing passive income stream, having more freedom. And as mentioned, women have actually been shown to be better risk and money managers than men. Now, the thing is that none of this matters unless you decide to change for the better, that you decide that you want a change for yourself, for your loved ones, or for someone that you care about. Your financial breakthrough starts with you believing in yourself, believing what's possible. And we will guide you through this weekend. And that all starts with you believing in yourself. So if there's some unclarity and some doubt, that is fine. But what makes it possible for you is that for you to experience more freedom and independence is that you believe for yourself. So you must be truthful with yourself. The truth will set you free. So we're going to do an exercise. So team, if you can prepare the music, and eventually we will go to a breakout. So now let's get started with you getting some clarity. And I want you to bring out something to write on so you can take some notes. And I'm going to bring up some questions on the screen that I would like you to sit down and write on. And we're going to give you 6 minutes to write on this. And find yourself some piece of paper and something to write on, and answer these questions for yourself. And Bernie, if you could play some work music, that would be awesome. So please start. Write for yourself. Why are you here? And what holds you back? What needs to change for you to go to the next level of life? For you to experience the changes, like what you want to experience. What needs to change for you to experience this next level of life? What are your pains? What's holding you back? And secondly, the question, why are you here? What are some of the outcomes that you are looking for by mastering investing? Why is this program an absolute must for you? And thirdly, what would you like to experience instead of these things that holds you back? What's your desired lifestyle? Write down some goals and some dreams for yourself as well. So please sit down, write this. We're going to give you another 5 minutes to write on this. So please go. So what holds you back? What needs to change for you to go to your next level of life? Why is this program a must for you? What's your desired lifestyle? Why are you here? What, what holds you back from going to the next level of life? What needs to change for you to experience that? What's the story you've been telling yourself up until now? What you think? Secondly, why are you here? What are some of the outcomes you're looking for by mastering wealth creation? Why is this program an absolute must for you? And thirdly, what would you like to experience instead of these things that have held you back? What's your desired lifestyle? You can even write down some goals and some dreams. Will I give you another 1.5 minutes? You're doing amazing. So another 45 seconds. Why are you here? What are your pains? What's holding you back? What needs to change? What are some goals and dreams? Amazing. So how many of you got some clarity based on what you've written down so far? And awesome, thanks. So we are going to send you to a breakout room. So you can you can take 2 minutes each to share and share, yeah, what you've written down. Why are you here? Why is this program must for you? Share what you have written down. We'll take 2 minutes per person. So we'll be in a breakout for 6 minutes and share with each other what you've written down, why you're here. So team, are you ready? Let's go.
So you have to accept the request to join the breakout rooms. If you didn't do so, you just have to push the button and then you will be taken to the breakout rooms. So Aurelia and Nina, if you're here, Nina, I see she's trying to connect. So just push the button to get into the breakout room.
Amazing. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Bernie, are we ready to crank up the energy a little bit?
Absolutely, we are. So let's move it up a bit.
Okay, let's clap this out. 1, 2, 3, and yes. How many of you got some amazing stuff written down for yourself? Amazing, thanks. And would anyone like to share what they have written down? What needs to change in their life in order to experience more financial freedom and having the time and the freedom of choice to experience what you really want, and why this event is a must for you? And what does your desired life look like? Would anyone like to share with us what they've written down? You can raise your virtual hand. Yeah, I can see one physical hand. So let's bring up everyone. Give Dania a big round of applause. Hi, Dania. Let's hear from you. Hi, Dania.
Hello.
Hi.
Great, guys, that you are doing this.
Thanks.
So, according to your sentences, what holds me back to spend more time with investing is actually my focus is somewhere else. I am a singer and a speaker, and I focus on a lot of this on my occupation, of course, and so my focus is not on investing, but at the moment. But why is this program absolutely a must for me? One thing, what you mentioned is that we only can spend 1 hour per week, and then we can have we can grow our money without or with not so much risk. And this is something I can do. 1 hour per week is manageable. Although I know I have to learn how it goes, that it brings me to the 1 hour. So maybe I have to spend a little bit more at the beginning, but then at the end it's just 1 hour per week. And that is manageable for me, yeah, with my profession. And what about my desired lifestyle? So I love to be in different countries. I love to live my liberty, and I actually prefer to stay in luxurious places, like you can see here. It's a hotel and a hotel room, and this is the life I want to have, to be in luxury places, to enjoy life and being with my friends and people and enjoy the life and do just what I want. I mean, I already do what I want, singing and speaking, but it should be an add-on. When I know, okay, I have solid money on my account, yeah, and I can live from this with passive income, and I do just sing where I want and just speak where I want and give speaking trainings where I want. This gives me an amazing feeling, and that's why I'm here.
Amazing. That sounds so cool. And how many of you like to, just as with Danya, have more freedom and just enjoy things that you love to do because you have passive income? Amazing. How many of you think that, yeah, your family could have more joy as well if they have passive income, so they could focus on their passions? Do you think so as well, Danya?
Yes, of course. I can give definitely money to my family as well. This would give me a good feeling as well.
That's a big heart. Danya, thanks for sharing. So everyone, let's give Danya a high five on the count of 3. You're awesome. 1, 2, 3. You're awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, fantastic. Now, we are going to explore some more amazing stuff. And the next secret I want to share with you is that assets create freedom. And saving is better than wasting, but saving is still not enough. And the thing is that assets create freedom, not money. And what's the definition of an asset? Something that appreciates in value. That is an asset. And because your savings account is not beating inflation, it's not an asset. If it's not an asset, you are not gonna be wealthy. So working harder doesn't create your freedom. So if there's one thing you walk away from this webinar, is that from this event, is that your focus needs to shift from working and trading that time from one to how do I bring in assets into my life? Because assets is what's gonna make you profits, and that's gonna set you free. So if you believe that working for more money is gonna set you free, that's a devastating trap. So focus your freedom will come from shifting the focus from how do I bring in assets into my life. That should be your focus. And I also want to share another gold nugget with you, and that is a dollar saved, a euro saved, whatever your currency is. A dollar saved is much more valuable than a dollar earned, because you pay taxes on your income. So if you can squeeze the most out of your savings, what you already got, invest that, for example, that's gonna mean that you work smarter instead of harder. So what is financial freedom? Financial freedom is a very specific point, and you are free when you have enough assets that can pay for your desired lifestyle. So you never have to work again unless you choose to, unless you want to. So financial freedom is when you have enough assets, that you have a portfolio of assets that can pay for your desired lifestyle, that give you that freedom. And the freedom of choice, that is wealth. And people never achieve this financial freedom because they believe that the way to get there is by working and making more money, to make more money. But it's not. That would mean you're a slave to that income, the slave to that revenue. So in business, it looks like if I could just get the next contract, then I'll be fine. But no, that's also working for more money. So and the other thing is like the break-even trap. How many of you have ever had your income increase, but you also see your expenses increase? That's a break-even trap. So rest assured, none of us are taught this stuff. So it's not your fault. That's why we are here, so we can grow together during this weekend. And I just want to say, when I got a strategy and a clarity on this, these are some of the results that I started to see. And 99% of people, they are trapped in the old way. So let us show you what the 1% successful people do. So if you stick to the end throughout this weekend, including tomorrow, you will see and have a framework to create wealth. So what is your financial freedom number? That's what we're going to explore. And to do that, we need to get clarity on what is it that you want. How do you want to live? Not how the magazines tell you how you should live or how society tell you what wealth is. What is your truth? What is being wealthy to you? And you can type it in the chat as well if you want. What is being wealthy to you? Is it living in a cottage in the mountains? Is it maybe you are doing your creative projects? Maybe you would like to fly first class and have a private island, a private chef. That is fine, as long as this is your truth, as long as this is what you want. Or maybe you just want to have a backpack so you can travel the world. All of this is fine, as long as this is what you want. So you need to get clear on what you want, because when you're choosing your desired lifestyle, then we can put a price tag to that lifestyle. And then that price tag determines the size of assets that you need to pay for your desired lifestyle. So get clear on what you want and what is the price tag of that. So I just want you to mention right now, like, to get a number in your head, and don't worry about perfection. But what is the kind of amount of money that you need to have flowing into your life? And don't worry about perfection. And I can tell you that my financial freedom number is most likely different than yours. We all have our own unique number. So just get a number in your head, like, what is the kind of amount of money you need flowing in every month to pay for your desired lifestyle? So would you like to get some more clarity on that, what your number might be? If so, type F for freedom in the chat, please. Freedom, that was quick, amazing. So I just want to let you know that first time I worked this out, I was a little bit surprised, but we're going to share with you something out first. I'm going to make you even more excited by then. So if you need 3,000, or if you want 3,000 a month from your assets, how much do you need to have invested? And don't worry about the currency. It works equally well for all kind of currency. The principle is the same. If you want 3,000 a month, then you need to have invested 300,000 at 12%. That per year, that will give you 3,000 a month. And it's the same for euro, for dollar, whatever your currency is. So if you want an income of 10,000 per month, how much do you need to have invested? You need to have invested 1 million at 12%. That will give you 10%. Growing at 12%, that will give you 10,000 a month. You might be thinking, what? Ignorance is bliss. I know knowledge is power. And this is overwhelming. And generating such kind of profits must be illegal, right? Investing is a scam. No, the good news is that you don't need to save this amount. You don't need to save this, because wealthy people, they don't save their way to wealth. It's not possible due to inflation, which we talked about a little bit earlier. You don't need to work for this. You can get a job, you can retire and die, but how many people can even afford to retire? You can get a job and you're just over broke. Doesn't make sense. Do you know someone who lost a job during the pandemic? And if you're only relying on that one source of income, how well are you doing? The thing is that wealthy people, they follow their passions, their dreams. Broke people are broke because they take advice from each other, but wealthy people, they take advice from each other. So your net worth equals your net worth. It's the people you hang out with, that you surround yourself with. Your net worth equals your net worth. So if you want to increase your net worth, you got to increase your net worth. So, and another thing is, one of your biggest assets is your ability to learn. Whether you're 5, 25, 75, it doesn't matter. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. So here's the truth. Assets create freedom, not money. Intangible assets, such as stocks, create wealth. And 90% of your financial freedom number are going to be created by your investments, because your investments grow and they also earn income. And then you reinvest that income, and then you're going to get an amazing snowball effect, which I'm going to explain to you in a moment, and that will set you free. So only 10% has to be contributed by you. So you need to own these assets yourself. You need to invest. You invest your way to living. And here's the thing. We showed you a number based on 12% return per year, and you might say that's not possible. But let me tell you that I made 21% in 4 weeks on my first live investment. And just because the slide mentioned Twitter, please don't buy Twitter. It's just to show you what's possible. I thought I was lucky, but I actually made consistent profits ever since. And we are here to show you some of the best parts for the foundation of success. So only 10% needs to be contributed by you. And that is possible because of what I am going to show you right now. And what you need to know in order to master investing and wealth creation is the key investing principle, that is compounding. And understanding this principle will also help you understand why the financial industry legally steals most of your profit, and why any form of investing is such a great idea. So the reason why you should start investing now is compounding, and Einstein described it as this. Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. And the thing that is, this means give your money a job. You get your assets working for you. And this insight about having a long-term perspective is super important, because it's also about clarifying your expectations. That is why one beginner investor fails and another succeeds. Let me ask you this. What was the best time to plant a tree? Do you know what was the best time to plant a tree? You can put it in the chat. What was the best time to plant a tree? When I'm a baby. Yes, when you're a baby. That's a very good answer. The best time was 20 years ago, when you were a baby, because if you planted a tree back then, you would have a full-size tree by now. And the second best time is now. If you didn't plant that when you was a baby, plant it now. Because here's the thing. The amazing effect of compounding looks like this. If you have a savings of 1,000 and you get 1% profit per month, after 30 years, this is your result. And it looks great, right? Why is having this saving and you invested it and you get some profits? This is cool. But what happens if you get into the habit of adding some money? Because if you get the habit of saving and investing that amount as well, look at what's going to be possible. You can get almost 400,000. That is just 300,000 more, because every month you invest another 100. And it's not that you save to save them, you save to invest it. This is compounding. Look at that difference. It's huge. So this is a huge thing. So how do you make this possible? You get into the habit of money management by setting aside a fixed portion of your income. That is something I practice. I know Bernie practices this. A set of ladies who study with us practice this. Take a portion of your savings and set that aside and invest it on a regular basis. Then you're going to get that amazing effect of compounding. Fantastic. We have come to the end of the first module. And before we step into the second module, which is going to bring you more clarity and some amazing insights and gold nuggets, we're going to have a 6-minute break. So this is a time to get some refreshments, go to the toilet, and we will see you back here in 6 minutes. So a quick break, 6-minute break, get some refreshments, go to the toilet. Let's go.
Please be aware, we are no financial advisors. We do not provide any advice. We only share our experience and our results are not typical. If we mention any stocks, funds and other type of investments, it is for educational and illustrational purposes only. Most people are unable to achieve similar results to ours. If you want to achieve similar results, you have to commit yourself to systemize, to learn and to stick to the rules.